Hey folks, and welcome to the next instalment of the 1000D build log. Now today we're going to be doing some CNC machining, specifically this stuff. 5mm 6082 T6 aluminium, and this is going to be forming the rear panel for the actual case itself. And that's an important one because everything attaches to that one, so we need to make sure it's done first and done right. But first, we're going to launch into CAD so I can show you the actual design that we've got all installed for this build, along with how we're going to be making this thing. So let's go there now. This is the current plan for the 1000D. With the inside gutted last week, we're now free to populate it with custom work. The 3 cooling loops are all connected by a series of distro plates, each machined from solid acrylic. The heat killer reservoirs are plumbed directly into the distro plates themselves. I'm using the support struts to compress the plates together. We're going to be making the rear panel today, which is an integral component for the structure. Now, since the panel is quite large, I'm not realistically going to be able to mill this out using an adaptive strategy. That means a lot of slot cutting. The problem with slot cutting is that you have a far higher tool engagement along with less effective chip evacuation. To combat this, I'm going to be using a 6mm triple flute end mill at 20k RPM and a shallow depth of cut at just 0.7mm. The idea here is that instead I can boost the feed rate to compensate somewhat for the shallower cut. I could have used an adaptive strategy for the smaller cutout sections, but that would have meant a lot of chips. So let's head back to the workshop and get the machine cutting. Now, because I don't yet have a vacuum bed for my machine, I'm going to be using a different form of work holding, specifically one that's very popular at the moment in the machining world and on YouTube, which is the super glue method. Basically, I'm going to be putting masking tape onto one side of my material and then the other side onto the spoil board of the CNC machine. And then the two are going to be glued together with standard super glue. That's going to give it a really strong bond, it won't move, it'll be very rigid and help the machining process a lot. Plus, it's really quick and easy. So there we have it, one fully custom CNC machined back panel for the 1000D project. Now this should allow us to have some real fun with the internals of the case itself. So let's fit it in and see how it goes. So now the real fun begins. We're only a fraction of the way through, we've got an awful lot of parts to make for this build, a huge amount of machining left to do, so we're going to be back with you with the future updates.